Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Morning Chisme. If you are listening on Spotify or YouTube, we're so happy to have you guys here. Sister, how are you doing?
I'm good. We made it.
I know. We did make it.
Well, you made it.
You
got
did.
the fuck away from here.
No, yeah, it was a rough week. And I feel like no matter how much I showered last week, I could not get clean because I was sweating so much.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I was without power for one day before my vacation. That was already pre-planned.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I didn't like pull a Ted Cruz, you know? But that one day, I was just like, I feel disgusting. Like, it is so hot in Houston to not be with power for longer than a couple of hours.
Dude, it was wild because it was like Monday morning. So we're located in Houston. If you're a new listener, welcome. We're located in Houston. We just went through a hurricane. Is it Berryl?
Berryl.
We just went through Berryl, and it was not expected to be like that whatsoever.
What do you mean?
I was not expecting it. Were you?
The power-wise?
Did you see how bad it was outside?
It was bad, but I feel like in Houston, we kind of get those storms already. So it's really frustrating that we do not have our shit together, knowing that this happens here.
Yeah, no, like 100%. Like Centerpoint, like really.
And Center Pointless.
Yeah, and just to be clear though, Centerpoint workers, the people who were out there restoring the power, nothing against them. It's fully the people who inadequately prepared for this.
Yeah, it was the billionaires and millionaires that sat there and did absolutely nothing. Apparently, like a lot of these people that came from out of town to help restore power were waiting for them to negotiate pay. Like that's according to the like comments on TikTok. But I'm just like, and apparently too, they there was an interview with one of Centerpoint's like spokesperson, and like I think it was like 1 to 2 days in, and they were like, okay, so like why weren't people called over here beforehand? And she's like, well, we didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was. And it was like, and the guy that was like talking to her said it was expected to be a category 1, and it was a category 1. So like, what is your excuse?
Yeah,
I think that they were hoping that it wasn't so bad, so they didn't have to put out money, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to money, in my opinion.
No, of course. I would not be shocked at all if that was the reason behind them taking so long. And apparently Centerpoint made $6 billion last year. Like, you got the change, okay? Some of us, and the thing is, like, I feel so blessed that I was in the position that I was in. I cannot imagine the people who were like in worse positions, like the elderly, people on, machines that they need to live, people without a car. Like, it was so disappointing and so irresponsible of Centerpoint to not adequately prepare for millions of people to be without power.
Something that we literally just went through this less than 2 months ago, and like we know that this happens in Houston, so how in the world are we not prepared?
Exactly.
This isn't anything new. It's not like a storm came in here randomly. It's known for this to happen in Houston, and I'm sure it's very frustrating. I wasn't here. I had a vacation pre-planned before this, and quite frankly, if I would have stayed, I would have probably bitched the entire time.
Oh, 100%.
I was dramatic for the hours that I was here,
and
honestly, it was a blessing to my husband and my family that I was a goner, to be honest.
Yeah, true. It was really, really
I could not sleep, dude. I could not sleep that night. Like, I had a little handheld like fan that I got from Amazon. Shout out to that. I would like post it up like near my face for a little bit. I just like can't sleep in the heat.
It's so uncomfortable. When you're like laying there and the blanket is sticking to you because you're sweating so much. Like, I would rather eat a ball of hair than be hot and trying to sleep. I just can't do it. Like, I'm gonna get annoyed. And I was at the point where I would like consider sleeping in my car.
And there's still people without power.
Exactly. That was my next point too. Like, I got power late Friday night. So I was without power from Monday at 8 a.m. We literally, the power went out for a second. It came back up, and I heard like an explosion, and the power went out. And I was like, me and Chris were like, what the fuck?
Our power went off Monday around, I think it was like 10:45. Actually 11:05. I remember the text message that I sent to one of my friends, and then it didn't come back. Ours came back pretty quickly. It was like 24 hours after. I believe 24, right? I think
it was like 48 hours.
48 hours after. But still.
Yeah, but like you were like one of the few.
Yeah.
Like,
our parents didn't get power back till Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday, right?
I think we were both either like Saturday morning or Friday night. I can't remember. But it was like, I was late Friday. They were like either Friday late or Saturday morning. But it was not the vibes. I was not fucking with it. It was also 100 degrees outside.
Yes, I think that's the worst part. It's like they forget that Houston is so hot. Like, if you guys have never been to Houston during the summer or never been to Houston, period, like, it gets fucking hot here. Like, I know that a lot of people look forward to summer, but it's one of the reasons why I hate summer here, because it's hot and it's humid. It's like a wet hot, and it's so uncomfortable. I cannot. Like, I'll sit in my car sometimes and it's like 118 degrees outside. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. I was super grateful that I had what I had. And I also, if you're ever like in this situation where you like are sweating balls and you need to get something to like make it better, get a camping fan from Amazon, because people that go camping like need fans and stuff. Like, it's a fan, it's a charger, and it's a flashlight, and it's big. I was like, oh my God, this thing is powerful.
That's
like,
insane.
It was like,
I need it.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of hurricane season. Like, it could get worse for us. Yeah. And like, we already started off with a bang. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's what people are so disappointed at. Like, you ill-prepared for something that wasn't even supposed to be that big of a deal. Like, the hurricane, now that I think of it, it was only a few hours.
Yeah, it was crazy. It rained very, very, like, it was really, really strong rain and really, really strong winds in the morning. And then at night, sun. Yeah. It was sunny. Like, nothing. That's another thing about Houston. It's like the weather, you can just...
It's from day to night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was sweaty vibes all around. I mean, I did get to see Love Island still. Like, I honestly, no AC, no service, and no power. If I have to pick which one was the worst, it was the no service, bitch. I can sit in the heat all day, but I need to be able to, like, look shit up. Because at that point, I was like, okay, nothing was open. The only thing that was open... Like, and the thing is, like, me and Chris did not prepare. Like, we didn't have food. We didn't have anything.
Me and Esteban didn't either. No. Well, because we thought it was, like, the last storm where, like, we were without power, but Mod's Pizza was going to be open. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Nothing. Like, our nutrition for on Monday literally, like, consisted of Chips Ahoy and Cheetos. Like, that was our meal.
Wow. Yeah. For us, I went to Target and I bought like everything I could find, which was like chips and fucking Altoids and a Gatorade. That was all I could find. So, I mean, and then on top of it, people panicked. Okay.
Of course.
And with them panicking, the gas stations, let me tell you what happened. So I went to the gas station, right? And it was like 9 a.m. The gas station, the line was so long and everybody was so aggressive. I hate when people are like that. Like, we're all in this together. Like, relax. So they were only taking cash, and so when you put gas on a Mazda, like mine, like you press and it comes out, mine wasn't coming out. Mine wasn't opening. So the guy behind me grabbed his knife and cut my tank thing so that it would open. I was like,
was he rude about it, or was he nice?
He was like, you need to like hurry up. And I was like, okay, I'm trying. I was trying to open it, and he literally grabbed his knife and cut it. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going.
Oh my gosh. I surprisingly got gas ahead of time. Not because I was preparing, but I had ran low, and it just so happened it happened before the hurricane, so I was like full tanked.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I think this is in this past week, the most I have drove ever since I got my car. Like, I literally was driving around to see where there's service, because I also had to work. So I was like,
you had to work?
Not that I had to work because my company is very understanding, but I needed to work because I work for a company that works with Amazon, and Prime Day is this week, so I was like preparing for Prime Day.
That's crazy.
So I'm like driving around.
You know what's crazy? The day I left to Mexico on Tuesday, and on Monday I went to go to Target because I was like, okay, I still need some last minute things. I usually, go to Target or whatever. There was people in Target with their laptops at like the kids sections or like the clothes sections working.
Oh, so people had already lost power on Sunday?
No, this was Monday.
Oh, yeah, when you went to go get them.
Yeah, so I was just like, dang, that's crazy. Like, I'm over here preparing to go on vacation and people are having to work at Target. Like,
yeah. I was not going to miss the recoupling on Love. I was literally going to go somewhere and just sit inside. Like, I was like taking my iPad, like with my service, like I put my hotspot on my iPad. I was like driving around trying to figure out where I could get service. I was not going to miss Love Island.
It was so bad.
It was so bad.
We didn't talk to our parents for like 24 hours. And like, we're the kind of people that kind of like, with our family, we stay in touch throughout the day. Like, we say good morning to each other. We say good night. And like, we literally were like, are they okay? Like, they didn't have any power, any service. I think that was the worst part too, is like no one had service.
Yeah. I think that was the scary part. Like, on Tuesday or Wednesday, our dad had gone to work, and he couldn't get in touch with my mom, and I was like, fuck. So he was able to get, like, he called me like a bunch of times, and he was like finally able to get a hold of me, and he was like, can you go check on your mom? And I was like, oh my God, like, she doesn't have service. So I drove over there. It took us an hour and a half. Okay, I live 7 miles away from
an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, because there was no traffic lights, so people were like stopping and going.
Oh yeah.
And on the way there, people were crashing because they were trying not to, like, they didn't want to wait. So I'm like, you're just driving crazy. So me and Chris like took our time or whatever. We finally get there. the tree across parents' house, like the tree had fallen over completely, like on top of Christina's house. You know Christina? The tree fell on her house. Literally, a giant ass tree fell on her house, and we were like, "Oh my god,
is Christina okay?"
No, yeah, I don't think she was home.
Okay,
but luckily she's fine. But I got there, and mom was like, "Oh, I'm on SOS. Like I can't even like." That's
crazy. You know what? I was wondering like how parents have like big trees in front of their house. How like thank goodness that those trees have never fallen down.
Yeah. Did you see the trees come in?
Yeah.
Oh my god. My thing is, it's like these trees can fall, and like you're responsible for taking them out. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was something that I didn't like account for. Like these kind of situations where if a giant ass tree falls in your yard, you're responsible for paying for it to dip, which is like wild. But I know. I'm just glad that the power came back because
me too. They definitely need to do better if this is the beginning of hurricane season.
And there's like 26 predicted hurricanes. Obviously, it's not going to be 26. But like even if there's like 5, like I need y'all to get it together because...
You know what's so crazy though that really fucking pissed me off? Like the entire like city is like blacked out, but you would go under a fucking easy tag lane and the light would still flash. So on the tolls here in Houston are called the easy tag. I don't know if it's easy tag everywhere. I know that like in Florida it's like Sun Pass or something like that. But the tolls, it's still flashed. So you're telling me that there's no power to give us light, but you still have power to fucking charge me for using the fucking easy tag? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's dumb.
It's dumb as fuck. I'm so like stupid. So over it. I'm like, y'all just want us to suffer and want money.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm disappointed. I'm also like I need to I am not a survivor. Okay, like I don't have any surviving qualities.
Yeah, I realize we talked about this.
Yeah. So like I need to like hunker up. Like I need to get more shit to like if this were the situation again. Like me and Chris were talking about getting a satellite because we're like, you get service no matter what if you have a satellite or whatever. So I was like, okay, a generator. Like I need to have shit to survive because like
for sure
the Houston heat is no joke. Like I cannot imagine babies. Like if you had a baby right now, like and you're in this heat inside, people who are older, like it's just not okay. Like it's not okay.
It's insane. It's to a whole nother level. That's why I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of glad that my vacation I was able to still go, which was a shit show at the airport when we got there. I did not know that many people, like we flew out on a Tuesday, mind you. We couldn't cancel our hotel anymore because we only had till like Saturday night, and since our flight didn't get canceled, we were like, okay, well let's just go. Like, and the weather was nice. Like we woke up Tuesday and it was sunny.
Yeah. Which is annoying as fuck because like the power went out for nothing.
Yeah. And then so we went and it was crazy. If it wasn't for Clear, shout out to Clear. I have Clear. We probably would have waited a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like places where people panic the most are grocery stores and airports.
Yeah. We had planned it, and I think you're so excited to go on vacation, so like I'm glad that was able to happen, and we had a good time in Mexico. We had great weather. We went to Costa Mujeres, which is like a little bit further down from Cancun. Very chill vibes. The beach is beautiful, but on the way back, the AC at the Cancun airport was out.
Oh no.
So 2 hours there, it was like my little payback. Not only that, we get on the plane, we're about to take off, and they were like, a light came on the plane, so we're gonna have to wait. We waited like an hour, and you know how like the airplanes don't have AC like until like you're literally up in the air. We were yes, or like they weren't turning it on. It was like hot air coming out of the vents, and I was like, oh, I'm just ready to get home. But I will say this: a little incident we had happened to us. So on my trip, it was me and my friend Veli. We both are very, very short girlies, okay? We're both under 5 feet, okay? And we have carry-ons, and we're getting onto the plane, and she's sitting a couple rows in front of me. I don't know why we were sat like separately on the way back, but it is what it is. And so the flight attendant was right there. He was like about 6 foot tall, and I don't know, I just feel like when I need help, I ask a flight attendant. And so we asked him, hey, is there any way, like nicely, like, hey, is there any way that you can help us put our carry-on the top? And he basically said that we had to pick it up and he would help us push it in if we couldn't do it ourselves, because, or like basically he said he couldn't help us because he wasn't getting paid, and if he threw out his back, it would come out of his pocket, and he didn't want to do that because he didn't want to pay for it.
What?
So then I remember texting Kathy and be like, hey, are United workers like on strike right now? Like, I just remember being like, oh, okay. Like, why are you there? So you're not getting paid?
They don't get paid. So something I learned from flight attendants, because I don't know, I went down this rabbit hole when I first graduated, where I was like, what if I want to be a flight attendant? But like, actually, no, I would never want to be in the air. I'm too terrified. They don't get paid unless the plane is in motion, apparently. So like, they don't get paid to like, is it embark? Is that the word?
I guess.
Like, get everything on the
crazy
plane.
Because then the flight attendant comes on the speaker and she's like, if anyone needs help with their bags, please let one of the flight attendants know. And I'm just like, we just let this, mind you, once again, let's remind, we're 4'11".
Okay.
4'11" and a half on our tall days, okay? Both of us are 4'11". This man is over 6 feet. And then they come on the intercom and say that if we need any help to just ask them. And he basically told us no. And it was just like, look, if I was a 6 foot man asking him to just do it for the fucking fun, then okay. Like, I understand why you're going to say no, but like, we're literally struggling. Like, we were literally struggling, dude. Like, what do we do?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of weird. But then it's also like, I look at it like, damn, United sucks then. Like,
and I'm a United girly. I support United. Like, I have the United card. I have never had any trouble. Like, usually the flight attendants are like, here, let me help you, because they see me struggling. And nothing.
I didn't mean it like United sucks as he sucks because he works for United. I mean it like, damn, like these companies aren't paying their employees.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it was just weird because, you know.
Yeah, no, that's weird. That is weird. I mean, I don't understand, but I don't understand.
No, yeah. I just think that there was like definitely like a better way for him to like tell us. He told us with such an attitude, well, I'm not getting paid. So, and we were like, oh, like we just like never thought that was going to be his answer. It was like we thought like, okay, like I'll help you. But it was like, oh, well, I'm not getting paid. So if I throw my back out, then, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of odd.
It was very odd.
That's a very odd thing to say.
For sure.
I do think that flight attendants have like such a hard job, and I feel like maybe they're just like undervalued.
You think so?
Yes. Like, as a flight attendant, people's lives are in your hands. And that's honestly, I'm sorry. If shit's going down, I personally, if I was a flight attendant, I don't care about you. I'm saving me first.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the other day, a flight caught in someone's laptop battery, caught on fire on a plane, and the flight attendants were telling people to get off the plane, but people were stopping to get their bags. Like, go! Oh my God, when people have no sense of urgency, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. Ándale, like, let's go. Like,
yeah.
If I was on the plane, I'm not dying because you needed your bag. Like, go.
Yeah.
So,
did you see that? Also, another flight, apparently, like, this passenger bit the flight attendant.
What?
Yeah, I literally saw it on TikTok.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. What is the reason?
I know. Like, what? We need to, like, start acting better as people. Like, it's like we forget how to fucking be humans.
Oh my God.
The Copa America yesterday?
Oh my God.
Dude.
That was insane.
Okay, so for those of you guys that don't know, the Copa America final, which is this, like, it's like the World Cup, huge soccer tournament. The final was last night. It was between Colombia and Argentina. And it was held at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And you guys, it was literally postponed for an hour and 15 minutes because people were rushing the gate. It was a mess. Yeah. And, like, we only saw
bits and pieces.
But now more information's coming out the day after. People were going through vents.
That is so dangerous. That is what possessed you to think that was a good idea. And I do think it's like a two-way street. I do think that people were acting a fool. And I also think that the venue or whoever put on the final, like, they needed to get it together. I do feel for those people because people were paying thousands and thousands of dollars to go to this event. Like, I saw someone say that someone paid $22,000. If I paid $22,000 and I did not get in, I'm a fraud on my card. Like, absolutely not. So I feel so bad. Like, people traveled I'm sure people flew from Colombia to go there to see the game. Yeah. And I can imagine the disappointment. So I really feel for those people that were trying to do it the right way and trying to be respectful. But
I will say this. I like that, you know, there was no running on the field by anyone. Everybody kept it cordial on the stands. I think that people just really wanted to watch the game. Not that I'm trying to find excuses for what they did. I knew that, but you could tell that people just really wanted to watch the game. Like the the stadium was full of people.
Yeah.
Full of people. And it was a great game. I mean, it was an amazing game. I sat my ass there and watched it for the entirety of what it was. And let's put that aside. It was a great game.
I didn't watch the most of it.
I loved it. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. It's really like you have, you know, Messi on one hand, one of the, if not the best soccer player, right? And then you have this Colombian team that has played so well. James Rodriguez, like, being, like, the leader of his team. But then you also have the like, for me, it was, like, both ways, right? Like, I want Messi, I want Di Maria to win this. But you could also tell that the Colombian soccer team really, really wanted it. And they put on an amazing game. Like, I mean, Argentina won in overtime. So,
like, at 118, right?
112.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, 112. It was an amazing game. And Colombia did not back down. Like, they played so well, and so did Argentina. And Messi got out at minute, like, 67, I believe.
He was crying.
I know. And I think that, like, it really saddens me seeing people make fun of Messi, because you have the hardcore Messi fans, right? And then you have the people that absolutely hate him.
Yeah, which is wild. Like, it was never that serious.
Yeah. And it's, people are making fun of him for crying, and I'm like, first of all, look at his ankle. That shit was swollen.
It was big as fuck.
And also, you have to understand that this man eats, breathes soccer.
Yeah.
Okay? It's what his life is. And as a soccer family, right? Yeah. Like, we know what this, like, I'm sure for him, we don't know what it means to him because he's a lot bigger, but, like, we know what it means to our dad and, like, our sister, and I've played, and, like, it's one of those things where it's like, you guys, this is just more, it's more than a game for him. This is, like, his career is coming to an end.
Yeah.
You have to understand that, like, for soccer players, soccer is their entire life. Like, it is hurting his soul to, like, you really think that Messi wanted to get out of the game? Absolutely not. Yeah. Like, Messi not gave up. I think that he decided that the best thing for him to do was get out of the game, or it was going to get worse. Yeah. You know?
And I think it's also such a different feeling when you're carrying your flag, like, around your, like, on your back.
And I think that one of the things that we need to, like, a lot of Latinos, especially countries in, like, Latin America, Central America, and I know that other countries too, but I only can speak for Latinos because I'm a Latina. You're right, we wear that flag with so much pride. Like, we know where we're from, and we are so, like, proud of our team. So for him to be the best player representing his country, he is the captain of the team. I'm sure it's hard. Like, and same thing when James Rodriguez came out. He didn't want to come out. He wanted to continue playing. And, you know, they changed him, and it's like, it means a lot to these players that, you know, they put so much on the field. And for people to make fun because he's crying, like men cry too. And he, you know, he did his best, and both teams. And then people were, like, making fun of the Colombians for crying after they had lost. And I'm like, y'all, these countries, they love, like, the thing with South American countries and Central American countries, we don't have a lot of sports like here. Like, here you have football, baseball, and, like, it's, you know, there's more options. Soccer is, football, if you want to be technical here, is the main sport in Latin America. So, you know, it's... Yeah,
and it's like, it unifies your country. Like, the way Colombians were just so passionate. And I understand, like, you know, all of that happened before the game, whatever. But, like let's talk about, like, the actual experience for them. Like, I wanted them to win it so bad because, like, I could feel the excitement with people and videos. Like, they just wanted it so bad. And it's like, for them, you know... Because we, you know, as Chileans, like, this doesn't happen for countries like this.
Right. Like, and, you know, I remember when Chile played
in 2016,
it was 2 Copa Americas back-to-back that we won against Argentina. Both times, I cried. I cried watching it. And, like, I remember, like, people that don't watch soccer as, like, hardcore as me, right? They were like, why are you crying? This is a big deal for us. Like, this is a big... And I hope that Colombians are extremely proud of how far Colombia made it, because they played... And their future is so bright, especially with James Rodriguez leading them. I think that Colombia is going to get extremely far. Look at them. They made it to the final.
Yeah, like, exactly. And that's just... that's what I also, like, feel, like, kept them going. Like, the unification of their country. Like, they were just so... Like, they were so united and so excited, and, like, we felt that because, like, we watched Chile win in the final, and it's just such a...
And I'm sure that Argentina felt the same, but, you know, coming from winning a Copa America and then winning the World Cup, not that, like, they've already had it, but, you know, they know what it feels like. And so for Colombians, it was like,
Yeah.
They haven't won a Copa America since 2001. And so, like, it's been a long time. I think it was 2001. It's been a long time, and you know, you could tell that they wanted it so badly, but they played amazing. Colombia's goalkeeper, I mean, he blocked some that I was just like, damn, those were like going in. I mean, they had great plays. Obviously, Argentina's goalie Dibu is like so good. So it's like really, like, it was just really hard, but both teams were up to par with one another, and that's something to really be proud of, because Argentina it is the World Cup champion. So you are in the final with a World Cup champion. Literally, at one point, I'm not gonna lie, Colombia had more possession of the ball, and I was like, this is where they take it, like this is where they go, and like this is where they win, because it literally was, it was just so many plays, and they just knew exactly where to be on the field, and like it got to a point where they were playing so well that it almost even felt like Colombia had an extra player on the field. They didn't, obviously, but they just, that's how they were moving, and it was honestly an extremely fun final to watch, besides all the fucking bullshit that happened before.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I watched a little bit, but then I wanted to watch Love Island, so I turned it off. But I'm excited because it makes me like ready for the World Cup. Like, of course, given the circumstance of everything that happened yesterday, like I really hope they beef up like in their organization in that specific stadium, because I don't know if it'll happen everywhere, but it makes me excited because I want to watch the World Cup. Like, and I do think that Colombia could really fucking like do well.
Absolutely, they can do well. And you know, also, I mean, we were kind of cheering our girl Karol G. She sang the anthem, the national anthem for Colombia, and it was really excited to see her. And then we could see her and Feid in the stands with Maluma. I think that J Balvin was there too, and I just, you know, it was cute.
Yeah, like, I loved it. And then Maluma was like trying to get into like, she was like shouting at some other guy, and I'm like, okay, relax. But I feel like, yeah, no, it was like cute. They were being cute. I was like, I wanted Colombia to win because I was like, I love Karol G. So by association, I wanted to win. I want the team to win.
I think that honestly, either team that won, it was going to be, for me, it was like I really wanted Messi and Di Maria to win another title, but then I also wanted Colombia's team to win. So like for me, it was like either of them win, and it was exciting. But it was a very exciting game. So
yeah, no, it was from what I watched, I was like, I also just get so nervous. I get so nervous.
Dude, it was a very nerve-wracking game, that to the point where I was like, man, if I was from Argentina or Colombia right now, like my stomach would be in knots. Like, and then Shakira performed in the halftime show.
Yeah.
She did
it was
amazing.
Super Bowl though. She definitely performed some of that at the Super Bowl, but it was still so good.
So good. I think she just did a great job, and I don't know, it was exciting. It was exciting to see. Yeah. And I was really happy to see Feid and Karol G together, because you know we don't get to see them out a lot.
And they were kissing.
They were.
I was like, yes, make out.
Yeah. Show us more.
Yeah, they're so cute. They're endgame for me.
They are endgame for me too.
Yeah, I will say though, when the World Cup happens, and like we could have gone, I'm so annoyed with us. Like we could have gone to see Chile play, but we didn't. I don't know why we didn't go, but it was like in Dallas, like it was like down the street. But for the World Cup, we're going, and we're gonna recap the whole thing. Like we're going to
the World Cup. Like that's been my lifelong dream since we were like
little girls.
Like once again, we grew up in a country which the sport is soccer. So, and then moving here, our dad plays soccer. Like I said, Paula, our sister that's been on the podcast, she plays soccer. I've played soccer in over 30 league. That was fun.
Oh my God, yeah.
I know, I did.
Yeah,
she's a runner. She's a track star.
I went to watch you. You were pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously, I've dabbled, but not that much. Fun fact: our sister is amazing at soccer. Yeah, she literally tried out for the national team in Chile.
Yeah,
like what a cool experience.
And our dad is extremely good as well. He's a soccer coach and coaches for fun. So if you're in Houston and need private lessons, he gives out private lessons.
Yeah, no, my dad literally was like, growing up, he was like on a professional team and everything.
So it's part of who we are. So like the World Cup. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to the World Cup, and now that it's basically coming to us. Yeah. In the United States, I just needed them to get it together.
Yeah, no, yes, they need to qualify first. Yeah. And 2, we're taking Dad. Like, and we're not sitting in the back. Like, we are sitting in the front. And, you know, like, I need to experience it full on. Yeah. Like, full gear, face painted, the vibes. Yeah. But speaking about Karol G and Feid, so Feid and Young Miko did an interview with, I think, Complex,
the Go Talk.
Yes, and they were talking about who was their celebrity crush. And obviously, you know, Feid, being as smooth as he is, he's going to say his girl, who's literally a 10 out of...
A fucking 20 out of
1,000 out of 10. Yeah. And they were asking, you know, a few questions here and there. And then they asked, what is the GOAT trap song? And Feid said, Diles, which is... a bomb-ass song.
A bomb-ass song.
Literally.
Till this day.
Yes. One of the best songs to ever come out. I think that song was just so good. Like, I'm singing it in my head now. Me too. Of course, you know, Anuel had to put his opinion on something that has nothing to do with him. He inserts himself in, like, people's business. Like, anyway, so he goes on his Instagram, like he does. Like, I swear... he will literally pick at anything Feid says and like make it about himself.
Which is so crazy because it's like now you're giving it away that you pay so much attention to what Feid says. Like, while Feid fucking doesn't give a fuck about you, you care so much about what Feid does.
And like, even if Feid did care, like, let's say he does, he will not show it. Like, he's not shown it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure he's like, dude, I'm rich. I have a hot ass girlfriend. I have a bomb career. Like, my life's good. I don't think he's worried about you. Yeah. But you stay pressed about him.
It's annoying at this point. Like,
yes.
And for him to be like, your woman still loves me. Please. Like, doesn't Anuel have a girlfriend?
He has a girlfriend, and he has also had like a wife since Karol G. Like, I beg of thee to move on. Okay? Yeah. Moveth on. Like, it's time.
It's so crazy how he keeps talking about Karol G and like, oh, your girl still loves me. And like, I don't know Karol personally, but I just don't think she still loves Anuel. Like, he has like done like so much after her. Like, can you let her just enjoy her relationship with Salomon?
Yes, with Salomon. Like, Salomon is just like so cute. One, Feid is really cute. Like, he's very handsome. And like, he just gives the best vibes. Like, I'm not saying Anuel is ugly because I feel like people find him sexy. I'm just not one of those people.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, I personally, no me gusta el corte pelela. That's just not for me. And he is always posting on his Instagram stories, and that's such an ick for me. Like, I don't know if this is mean, but like, I hate when men post like 30,000 Instagram stories. Like, please, men used to fight wars. Yeah. Now you're bitching on Instagram stories? Like, superalo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Feid is not pressed about you. And the thing is, okay, I do want to make it clear because the Real Hasta la Muerte always comes for me because I think I'm being mean about him. Anuel is talented. Everybody knows that. But you're wasting your talent being petty. Like, come on.
I do wonder what his fans, though, think about him always bringing up Feid, though. Like, at some point, y'all also have to realize that, like...
No, they don't.
They don't?
They're like, no, Feid did mean it like that. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Because like, I posted about it on TikTok and people were like, oh, Real Hasta la Muerte, like, that's how Feid meant it. So that's why Anuel responded. I'm like...
Or maybe they asked him a question and that's just his favorite song.
And the thing is, you're not coming for Young Miko. Young Miko said the same thing. Where's the post about her?
No, it has everything to do with the fact that Feid is now with Karol G.
And the thing is,
if Feid was not with Karol G, Anuel wouldn't give this man his time of day.
Yeah. It's like, he does not want to see her be happy. And the thing is, like, she like healed publicly. Like, she would cry at concerts.
I know. Like, Karol G went through it.
Yes.
Through it. She went from blue hair to red hair to like pink hair to like the blondish kind of like hair that she has now. And I'm just like, she went through it. I remember one time she fell and I'm just like, my heart broke for her. Like, you could tell that she was just like not okay.
Yeah. And then the time where she was like singing Ocean for the first time since they had broken up, which the song is about him. Like, now it has a different meaning, but she wrote it for him. She was crying. She couldn't even get through the words. Like, let her be happy.
Yeah, like it's...
And if you really wanted to be with her, you guys, you went to her show in Puerto Rico. You showed up as a guest. Then you were like, let me have 10 minutes because I've never been able to perform here. Okay. And then you literally got a girlfriend. You got her pregnant. You married her. And you want to make her life miserable? Like, you've done all of these things since you've... And not only did you get her, Jaylene La Más Viral, pregnant, he had a baby with Melissa Vallecillo. Like, you've had 2 babies since Karol G. I don't think she wants to be with you. Déjala ser. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not worried about you. Like, Feid's selling out fucking selling out stadiums, and you had to sell yours for half off. Like, worry about yourself and your talent because it's there. You have it. But like, you're too busy being petty. And like, you're beefing with everyone. With Arcángel, oh my God. That's another thing. Like, them going back and forth, like, I love Arcángel, but I feel like at one point, like, you just can't entertain him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just ready to bite at all times.
Yeah. It's crazy. He just needs to move on.
I don't think Karol is the one that got away. And I think that when he was with Karol G, he was like the bigger one. He was like more famous. And he will always say, like, his fans always say, like, the only reason that Karol G is as famous as she is because of Anuel. They broke up 3 years ago. Okay? Since then, she hasn't had him by her side. She has done all of this. Mañana Será Bonito was so popular. She sold out stadiums. You know how hard that is?
Yeah.
Like, maybe she, was definitely elevated being with him, but she did it on her own. Like, everything after that.
I have to be honest. I think that he was holding her back the entire time.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
I think that she blossomed and, he just needs to focus on being, like a rapper. Or is he a rapper? What do you call that reggaetoneros? Like, is it a rapper or singer?
I don't know.
He needs to focus on the music because he is talented.
On himself.
He is talented. And that's the wildest part. Like, you are talented.
I think he needs to just get over Feid. At this point, it's like
I cannot imagine when they get married or when he proposes. Like, Anuel is gonna literally be like,
he's gonna be
have
like,
a meltdown.
Tu mujer me ama mi cabrón, or whatever the fuck he like says. And I'm just gonna be like, dude, like the Delulu.
Yeah,
like you are delusional. You're in denial.
Yeah, he's in denial.
Like. Denial is a reader.
And the thing is, he has a whole ass girlfriend. Like, I would be so hurt.
I thought you said a whole ass girlfriend.
No, a whole ass girlfriend. He has a girlfriend.
If I was his girlfriend,
yeah,
it's over. It's like one time you mention your ex, it's done.
Yeah,
we're done. Goodbye.
But I don't think that they're with him because of his kind heart. You know, I think they're with him because like
the Mooney.
The Mooney? What do you mean?
The money.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean he's rich, right?
Ish. I don't know. I don't know his net worth.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he has bops. Like, sometimes I'll catch myself in shame listening to a few of his songs.
No, I mean, he doesn't have bad songs. He just has a bad fucking attitude.
Exactly. Like, you're so hard to like.
Yeah.
Like, you have good music.
There's people that fucking love him.
I know. They always come for me. They always come for me. Oh my God. I said that I didn't like his like hairdo, and someone called me. Never gonna say it. It was so mean. I was like, damn. Like, people are vicious.
People on the internet, man, they really have some balls that I'm like, say that shit to my face.
Or do it with a profile picture. Yeah. Let's go what is it? Let's go band for band or whatever that song. Yeah.
No, like, say it to my face.
You know who has a lot of balls? La Perla. Pearl. You know Pearl? That crusty ass girl that always makes comments about women shouldn't have rights to vote, women shouldn't be president, whatever the fuck. You know,
she wants to be chose so badly, and even with everything that she says, no one wants to pick her.
And no one ever says why. Let's all be honest.
She looks like a booger.
She's ugly, but not just on the outside. She's ugly on the inside. She's so
annoying. She's like, she did the whole like makeup thing, and the guys are like, yeah, like, okay, well, you know what, Pearl? Like, maybe you should wear a little bit of makeup.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah.
She tried to comfort Teffy on Twitter.
Stop.
I'm like, okay, like, Teffy? You comfort Teffy's looks? We need to own a mirror.
Stop.
Dead serious. She was like, she called Tuffy, like, oh, your bad highlights aren't going to hide your mole. And I'm like, Pearl, you have gingivitis. Like, you need to calm down.
Also, I love Teffy's mole.
I know.
I think it's so beautiful on her.
As a fellow girly with a mole that tried to, like, literally pick it off when I was younger, like, I love the mole representation.
The mole on your nose?
Dude, yes. I thought it was a booger.
Remember when Mom thought it was a booger?
Yeah.
She was like going to town on your nose trying to get it off.
Yeah, well, because I think it was you called me Enrique Iglesias. Dude, I tried to cut it off with scissors because I felt so bullied by you.
I would never say that.
Yes, you did.
No, you were the bully growing up.
That's true. I used to tell her she had a Michael Jackson.
I know.
And that she looked like the donkey from Shrek. I'm sorry, I had no room to talk. That's why I got fatter when I graduated, because like I was so mean to you. Like, the Lord had to do something to me.
Yeah.
And also because, you know, Mom was an almond mom, and afterwards
I know. Why is Mom an almond mom?
I don't know.
She swears it's because her tummy hurts.
Yeah. She literally eats everything like organic and really clean, and I'm like,
she's Nara Smith.
Oh my God, yeah.
Mom is Nara Smith for sure. The other day I went over and she was like, I made date like muffins with dark chocolate chip cookies. Like,
ew,
chips.
Dates are not good.
And then I bit it and I was like, Mom.
Yeah.
And she was like, you want to try an apple cookie? And I was like, no, thanks.
When we were younger, my mom wouldn't let us drink milk, so we would drink like plátano milk. How do you say that?
Like leche con plátano.
Yeah, like, but it was like made out of bananas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, that shit was whack. And she would make for us every single morning so we could grow. It did not work.
I know. I'm still small. Like, yeah. Ew, that was probably that and lentejas were probably the most traumatizing thing growing up. I love lentejas now, but like as a child,
no, I didn't grow past that. I do not fuck with them. And I think that it's like a universal Latino thing. Like, we all hate lentejas.
I love lentejas now.
Okay, well, we were younger. Like, we did not fuck with lentejas. They were not good. Like, anything in bean when I was younger, it just gave me like the texture of a bean just was not good for me.
Oh, I love beans now.
Like, I like beans now, but I will not eat like, it has to be like smothered in something. I can't eat like a
smothered in onions.
It can't be like I can't taste the bean.
That was from White Chicks. Yeah,
I know where it's from.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Yeah, no, Mom's definitely a skinny legend.
Yeah, honestly, good for her. She looks great for her age.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that because older people look bad. I'm just saying like my mom looks really young. And period, because she's done all like the right things.
Yeah,
like
gone au natural.
Yeah, and Mom doesn't drink. Mm-hmm. Like, she does her little skincare routine, and she looks great.
Her Estee Lauder products.
Yeah, she keeps in the fridge. Dude, I should give her the fridge.
You should give her the fridge.
I should give her the fridge. But you know, after I graduated high school, I'm not even gonna lie, when we were in high school, we didn't really snack or anything.
We weren't
allowed to snack,
yeah.
really.
What was a snack for us? Like,
I I don't even remember.
Fruit.
Yeah, fruit. Honestly, fruit. We didn't really get to eat like bad, but as soon as I graduated and I was on my own, bitch, I gained like 40 pounds. And honestly, like,
we were living.
Yeah, and we were drinking too.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we were younger, like when we were 18, 19, Four Locos were really popular.
Yeah.
And they were like $2 and we were broke, obviously.
Yeah, we were.
So, and one of those would get you lit.
It was so gross when you think about it.
I tried one. Like,
why?
Because I wanted to see what they tasted like. Me and Gloria went to the gas station and tried a Four Loko, and when I tell you that the PTSD I felt from the gold Four Loko, oh god, it just tasted like throwing up at a frat party, which I have done. Or like when I used to go from San Marcos to Austin on a bus. Okay,
I remember when you tried to take me on that bus.
No.
I got the fuck off immediately.
No.
I was like, Kathy, we're just gonna drive to Austin, girl. Like, a lot of bodies in there, no AC.
Yes,
it was a school bus.
Yes, dude. If you went to Texas State or lived in San Marcos, you knew the bus I'm talking about. It's like a party bus, but it's like a school bus turned into a party bus that takes you from an apartment complex in San Marcos to 6th Street. And it's like, if you miss the bus, like on the way home, like you're fucked. And this was before the Uber time period.
Yeah.
And they drop you off on 7th and San Jack, and it's like on a hill. So going down, it's like this, right? And then going on the way home, when you're drunk as fuck, you have to walk up this giant ass hill. And they're like, you leave at 2:15, so you have to be here by 2:15. And bitch, the amount of times I was running in like pata sucia all the way, like shoes off, like I'm surprised I never caught anything from the water that I stepped in like Austin 6th Street.
Ew.
And Dirty Six was like back then too. Oh my god.
And we were like, and people were so quick to take their shoes off back in the day.
Oh my god, I was a shoes off girly.
I will die with my heels on now.
No, I will take my shoes off.
But I also wear heels everywhere.
Yeah, I don't really go out anymore. But if I were to go out, I won't take my shoes off now. But I have left my heels at the club.
Girl, you left your heels at Adele's wedding.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even drunk. My feet were just hurting. Oh wow, that wasn't even that long ago. That was a year ago. Wow, this unlocked so many memories. I will say though, I think my drunk era when I was in college, Texas State, and I'm sure we've all had them. It was full of regret. Like it was just like.
Well, I think everyone regrets.
Yeah, no, but I think it wasn't like regret because I did something bad. But like, I would get so much anxiety afterwards, and I talked about this before. It was just like, it was great for the time it was. Would I do it again? Absolutely not. Like,
yeah.
Going on to the square, like if anyone's listening that went to Texas State, like going to Nephew's and getting dollar drinks and getting blackout on like. Oh, cherry vodka soda! Oh my god, the trigger that just gave me cherry vodka soda. It was
they sold really big ones. Yes. I remember I went with you. I was like, I cannot finish this by myself.
Or a DP shootout. It was like all liquor, but it tasted like Dr. Pepper, and you had to chug it in like one, and you were gone. And I would start drinking at like 8 p.m. like a psycho. It was such a time.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah. And this is when Uber was not a thing. So back then, I would like have to beg a friend to pick me up because I was like, I'm not dying driving home.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, it was a time. Twas a time. Speaking of growing up, the girlies are pregnant this week.
I know. Everyone said, we're pregnant. You're getting a baby. You're getting a baby.
So we have Margot Robbie, Queen. She's having a baby Barbie. Well, I don't know if it's a girl or boy, but she's having a baby.
How cute. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited. Imagine if she's like, they make another Barbie movie and it's like her having a baby.
Oh, I don't know if they'll like keep it going though.
The Barbie movie?
I don't think it gave sequel vibes.
Right. I mean, it could in her like Barbie in real world.
Yeah.
But I don't think they need to. I feel like it was such a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
The way it needed to be.
So she's pregnant. And honestly, I feel like pregnant fashion, I'm like, y'all look so good pregnant.
So good.
Like Rihanna? Oh.
Dude, my friend Steph looks so good. Like her fashion pregnant is giving Hailey Bieber.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that. I'm just gonna be waddling in a pair of sweats or a muumuu. Like that's gonna be me. And I know I'm gonna look bad as fuck. Like it's just going to be bad. But it is what it is. Another pregnancy, Gypsy, Rose Blanchard.
I know. And it's not Ryan's.
No, but the overlap, people were... So she announced that she was pregnant this past week on her YouTube channel. She said she was 11 weeks pregnant. And people were obviously, doing the math. And they were like, wait a second. This is around the same time that you and Ryan were, divorcing. And then she went on someone's TikTok and gave the timeline, and she was like, I got separated on this day, I got divorced or filed this day,
I got kicked down this day.
She was like, me and Ken made love this day, and I'm like, ay. And then she was like, and then I got pregnant, we conceived on this day, and blah blah blah, and I found out this day. So I was like, we did not need to know all that, but it is what it is. She told us.
You know, it makes you just realize that the D was in fact not fire.
Oh my God, it was not fire. And you can tell it wasn't fire from the show. I watched it.
You did?
Yes, I downloaded it because obviously I didn't have power. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to download whatever. And the only app that was fast on downloading stuff was Amazon Prime or Amazon Video.
Yeah.
And I watched the first 7 episodes or 6 episodes, all of the ones that are out. And you can literally actively see her just like not fucking with this man. And also he was very controlling.
Really? It gave his like her mom vibes?
Oh my God. No, I don't know about that deep. But like he was just like, she would be texting someone and he'd be like looking over while they were driving. Like, and she's like, I'm texting my sister. But then again, she did do something that I thought was a little weird. She told, I thought it was a spider. It's not. It's a hole.
I was like, girl, don't be looking up and not telling me.
I'm so sorry. I would tell you.
No, you wouldn't.
I guess I would. But
I would.
I'm not scared of bugs anymore.
I'm so happy for you. I've never really been scared of killing them, but then I feel bad. But like, why are you inside my home?
Yeah. It's the roaches that scare me.
I'm not scared of roaches.
They're big back as fuck.
They are. They're like,
and they like cross so fast, and then when they fly, I have to leave. Absolutely not. But no, Gypsy. So, so he came inside of her apparently in one of the episodes. Yeah.
Who?
Ryan.
Oh,
Ryan came inside of Gypsy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that, but like he
ejaculated.
Yes. And so she's telling the sister, and Ryan's like upset that she said it on camera, and like she's recording him. I don't know, I would have been upset too had this like been, you know, my situation. Like I feel like I'd be annoyed too if that was on national TV. But she's like had a pregnancy scare or whatever,
and she didn't want to be with Ryan, so she was probably freaking out.
No, probably not. And at that moment in the series, like it's not like they're not done yet, but you can tell she's like kind of annoyed with him.
Yeah.
And he also apparently like gives hoarder vibes. Yeah. So she's like slowly getting annoyed with him, and like I can understand why. He seems fucking annoying.
Yeah, for sure.
But
that's crazy.
She went back to the ex.
Okay.
The one that she literally told him not to worry about though. So like I guess at the same time maybe he had valid reasons, because he was
Gypsy's living her best life.
Literally, Gypsy went to jail and had more dudes than I've ever had in my life. Like,
yeah.
Someone was like on TikTok, like, if you ever want to give up, just know that Gypsy Rose got married in jail. Like, do not give up. I was like, damn, you know what? You're right. Like,
yeah.
She literally got married. She had a fiance. They broke up, and then she got married in jail. Like, there's a man out there for you.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Yeah. Even if you go to jail.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Let me tell you. Okay, so yesterday I was watching TikToks, right? And I saw this TikTok of this lady who is like, I've tried everything. I saw this lady post a TikTok about going to a jail and picking up an inmate. She's like, might as well try it. So she said that.
What do you mean?
Like,
what do you mean might as well try it?
I don't know.
He was getting out of jail? Or
yeah.
Like, she picked him out for the day?
No.
Like,
let me finish.
Okay.
So she like looked in the newspaper. I guess they announced like who's getting out of jail.
The newspaper?
Yeah, so like, I guess they like announced in the newspaper who's getting out of jail, and you can go like pick up the inmates, like to whatever.
Stop. Like, Corey Jones. I don't know what Corey Jones, but Corey Jones is getting out today.
Yeah.
Or Ethan... I almost said Ethan Slater, but Ethan James is getting out today. Go.
Yeah. So she like finds this man apparently in the newspaper. They were like pen paling or whatever. So then she goes to the jail to pick him up. He gets in her car. They go around or whatever. At the end, like she like shows a video of her like huffing and puffing. So like I guess they hooked up.
And that's it?
Yeah.
You're joking. For funsies?
I don't know. I guess she was like trying something new, which is wild. But like, I'm never shocked in these situations because like I watch 90 Day Fiance and like Love After Lockup or like people doing wild shit like that. So I'm like, damn, like people want to be loved so bad that they will go any length.
That's crazy. Yeah. I don't think I could do that.
I don't think I would want to do that either. But then again, if you think about it, Ryan did that with Gypsy. He wrote to her, and that's how they fell in love. And he said he did it as a joke, which I thought was kind of rude.
I know. He's not that attractive to be playing jokes.
Yeah. I know. That's so mean, but it's so like, true.
Don't treat Gypsy as a joke. Like, you're a joke.
Yeah. I mean,
not that I'm team Gypsy, but like that's so mean to say.
Yeah.
Men really think that like they're the prize.
Yeah, like what's his name?
Who?
The one that's married to Simone Biles.
Oh,
what's his name?
Simone Biles' husband.
Jonathan Owens?
I only know him as Simone Biles' husband.
Yeah, so
but I think he's gotten better.
I think just like cállate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna go on a podcast and your wife is super fucking famous, like, just like
there's a way to talk about things, and it's like he wanted to be like seemed as like the prize,
but you're not.
Yeah, same thing with Ryan. Like, not that Gypsy is the prize either. Like, nothing against Gyps, right? But like
that's what he calls her.
Gyps.
Yeah. Don't be mean.
Why? I wasn't mean to Gypsy.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that she's... Because a lot of people have mixed feelings about Gypsy. I'm not saying that she's surprised either. But, like, who are you to come over here and say, like, I was doing this as a joke? Like...
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, I get that. He's very, like... He gives me, like, clout chaser vibes.
Yeah.
But then, okay, there's more tea. But this is all alleged, so don't come for me. Apparently, the now fiance, or not fiance, the father of her child, Ken,
the baby daddy.
Apparently, people are saying he's gay. Like, people are saying they saw him on Grindr. So I'm like, what? The plot thickens. But I also think that people just are probably starting shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
People always be starting shit. But sometimes there's always a little bit of truth.
Yeah.
That comes out later. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But apparently, like, this guy had been dating him and was like posted on Facebook and was like, you need to get me back.
They always go to Facebook.
I know. People on Facebook are so messy. Like, people on Facebook are the messiest. I love when there's like a messy like post and there's like 30,000 comments. I'm like,
I know.
Let me go look.
Yeah.
Like, Facebook
I'm here for a good time.
Yeah. Facebook always has
and
good
a long
tea.
time with the
Facebook has good tea. I really like it over there sometimes. Like, local tea is so good.
Yeah.
Like, celebrity tea is good too. Don't get me wrong. But like, when it's local, I feel
tea on Facebook.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I remember one time these girls that I went to high school with were going at it with each other.
Really?
In the like, someone posted something and like the other girl posted something and they were just like going back and forth with one another. And I was just like, damn. And I sat there for like the 92 messages.
Really?
Absolutely.
I would do that too.
I'll tell you who it is after.
I know who it is. I know who it is because I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes. Like, if you're posting on Facebook and tagging someone, like, that's so petty, but like, I'm here for it. Continue.
Yeah.
Like,
as long as you're not tagging me.
It's also never going to be me.
Yeah.
But like, I need it to be someone else.
Yeah.
It might as well be you.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
But I know
was
exactly who you're talking about.
I was like, wild.
Yeah. Very much wild. Speaking of wild, Clinton Kane.
Oh my God.
Did you watch it?
I could only, let me tell you, I could only watch part of it because I was like, I just know you're trying to manipulate this scenario and you're fucking pissing me off.
Yeah.
Like, when people are like, I see why some people were like, holy shit, I almost like believed him. Like, people are like saying that.
That is insane to me.
Like, some people are saying that and I'm like, okay, like I see, like I kind of understand why you guys are saying that because he kind of like makes himself sound like very believable. But for me, I was like, I know you're bullshitting me and you're pissing me the fuck off. So I'm not going to continue watching this.
I actually think the opposite. I think he's a horrible liar. And I think that like,
well, so many people are believing him.
I could not believe when people were like in the comments or in their TikTok saying like, now that Clinton has put out the receipts, I no longer believe Brooke. He literally only addressed very minute situations.
He was like, we weren't there for 7 hours. We were there for 4. Wow.
He's like it's like one of those situations where you're like, well, like, you're like, you fucked my sister and then you bought her like a purse and then you got her a Gatorade that was orange.
No,
but it's
I got her a Coke.
Like, yeah, it's like
so like you decided to focus on that.
Yeah.
Like, you still fucked my sister. Like, you fucking weird. He's a weirdo.
Yeah.
The reason why I say it is because he kind of made himself look like the victim so bad. So I would see why some people would believe it. Personally, I did not, and it was pissing me off watching him. He was like, here's the receipts with his Australian accent. I don't even know if
that's not Australian. Also, like, the thing is, like, with that, it's like, he did admit to lying about his mom, okay? He did do that. He did cheat on her, and he did love bomb her. So 3 out of the 5 big things were true. Like, where's the dead brother? Okay, you didn't address that. You're not Australian. He also, like, put it in, like, a notes app. Like, show us your... He was, like, holding passports, and none of them were Australian passports. Like... Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, no one is believing you.
At this point, you could have just been like, hey guys, I'm not Australian. My mom and my brother are not dead. I'm sorry, but I'll put out like a badass album to apologize. Tune in later.
He literally didn't have to do anything. Honestly, he could have kept it quiet because we were already like on the latter half.
We were moving on.
Things had already, like, we were on to newer and better things. We were on the Central C and Madeline Argy tea with Ice Spice. We were on the Chris Olsen tea. I don't know. Trisha Paytas was in Katy Perry's like music video. Like, the tea had gone.
Yeah.
Like, it already happened.
Love Island.
Yeah, Love Island. Like, I was already busy thinking about other things.
Yeah, like how fast Caper folded.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Let's talk about Love Island.
Let's talk about Love Island because let's not give Clinton Kane any more attention because he sucks with his little apestosito face.
Dude, he has a horrible hocico. Like, his mouth just, it looks like it reeks.
He looks like he apesta. Like, I'm like, apestas. Like, I see him and I'm like...
No, for sure. Like, I just, like, his ex-girlfriend from college.
She said he was stinky?
Yeah, she was like, his shit was wild. And I'm like, I believe it. She's like, said that? She would say that she would tell him to brush his teeth and, like, his tongue. No, I'm dead serious.
He has, like, decaying teeth.
He has, or, like, is it called tar?
Yeah, that's, like, what dogs have.
Really? Is that what it's called?
Well, yeah, Milo had that. Our dog that died earlier this year. May he rest in peace.
Oh my God, Maria, don't just throw that on these people. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Well, I mean, Milo lived a good life, but he did have tar in his teeth.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, when I see Clinton Kane do the shake, I'm like... Oh.
The shake doesn't bother me as much as the teeth. I feel like, why are we not brushing?
Yeah.
Brush them.
And honestly, every single girl that comes out with a story about him, I'm like, you're bad as fuck. Please, I need you to not.
Yeah. Well, sometimes people are blinded.
Musician. I get it. Like, the musician vibes, can sing, like, you know.
But with that mouth, like, you're singing to me with that mouth? Like, it's like all up in there.
It's very crusty in there.
But
let's be nice. We're being mean, but you know, he did gaslight, bro. He literally killed his mother off. Like,
he gaslighted. He was trying to gaslight people.
Yeah, it was wild.
I personally to me, he looks like he smells. And like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And like, that other people are saying that he did smell and that his shit stank.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah. And I think also, like, of course, in the comedy side of it all, like, yeah, like, it's tea, but like, that must have been really hard for her. Like, for Brooke, like, it must have been
stink.
No, that just going through that, being like gaslit. Because like, I watched her podcast with Trish today, the Just Trish podcast with Brooke, and like, she was very, I don't know if I can say this, but she was suicidal. Yeah, so she was talking about it, and I'm like, for her, she never wanted this to come out. Like, she literally was like, would have done anything for this to not come out, and then Zach Zang put out the fucking YouTube video.
Damn.
So, and then, okay, like, T, he's trying to shop around her story. Like, sell it to be a TV show. Like, what? Like, he literally put out the situation. Her whole life, obviously, to her imploded because now people are finding out about this whole thing of a person that she loved and probably still loved at that point where this came out. And now he's, like, trying to shop it as a show. Like, what a piece of shit.
He sucks.
Yeah. I will say, though, I did watch his YouTube video to see the Clinton Kane podcast, which is, I'm sure, what he wanted, because, like, he got the exclusive.
Oh, Zach?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yes.
Like, your friend lied to you.
Yes. Like, he literally, like, had Brooke found out about the whole lie. She went to him at his studio, was crying. And he was like, this is going to be a great show. And then apparently he's trying to shop it around to people now.
The nerve.
And she literally said on the podcast, like, if something comes out about this, like, I have nothing to do with it. Like, it's not...
What?
Crazy.
He's crusty too.
Yeah.
Crusty plus crusty.
Yeah.
Crusty squared.
And apparently they were really good friends, but like once Clinton got a whiff, choice of words, once he got a whiff that like people were finding out, he started cutting them off.
A whiff?
I know.
Well, maybe
it was the upper lip. Anyways.
He like gives me the ickness.
Yeah. Every time I have like my lips are dehydrated, I'm like, oh, I'm Clinton Caning. That's so fucked up.
I know, but he sucks.
Yeah, he does suck. Speaking of sucking, Aaron and Kayla. Aaron sucks. Aaron gives me...
Fuck Aaron.
Fuck Aaron. Dude, she's so pretty, but it's pendeja. Like, but I can't even judge her because, like, I've been a pendeja too.
No, yeah, we've all been Kayla.
And she's 22.
Yeah, she's young. But I definitely think that she should have done this how Serena did it. Like,
yeah.
Kayla folded immediately.
A seashell necklace made her fold, bitch. Come on.
Immediately. Like, she literally, like, Aaron said, Kayla, and she was like, yes. Like, that, like, it took absolutely no time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it took no time. I also think that Kayla is just a lover girl.
She's a lover girl.
And she's just, I do get why people give her shit because she cries every 5 seconds. And
the other day, it was like the episode after Liv left. Yeah. She woke up crying, and I was like, Kayla, the day just started.
How is she, like, literally having any tears left?
Yeah. She's literally cried the entire show.
Yeah. I definitely think that they're going home tonight. So today's Monday.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's probably happening right now.
The 15th. I think that Kayla and Aaron are going home.
Damn.
I think that the winners are going to, this is my prediction, first place, Sordell. Team Sordell. Or Karina.
I am team Kanae. Is that how you say it? Kanae and Janae? I want Kenny and Janae to win so badly. But, like, if Serena and Cordell won, I would be happy too. But, like, I also really like, and I know you don't like him, but I love Kendall and Nicole.
I cannot stand Kendall.
I know
Kendall is a loser. I know
you think he's crusty as fuck, but I really like Nicole.
I love Nicole. And I feel like
she love Leah and Miguel. So, like...
Miguel. No, I feel like Miguel. I know I can't stop saying it. I feel like Miguel's just like playing the game.
You think so?
Yeah.
I felt like in the paddling, the little thing, that you could just tell that they were like genuinely having a good time.
I think that they're really fun people and they're both having fun together, but I don't know if it's long term. But I could see also, Serena and Cordell getting married.
Yeah. Also, Leah has grown on me.
I know, me too.
I really like Leah.
I like her.
I really liked Leah, and then I kind of like did not like Leah, and it was like everybody still loved Leah, and now I'm back on the like Leah train.
I like Leah, but I also see her faults, and I feel like people are like Team Leah no matter what.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I wasn't Team Leah or Team Liv. I liked both of them.
Me too.
I actually loved Liv more than Leah, though. I really liked Liv.
I think that it was never that serious between them. I think she even said it, that they were still close friends.
Yeah, and she said that we're just passionate people. And just, you know, some people just argue. Which, speaking of argument, when Miguel saw Leah, you know, get heated, and he brought up the fact that, like, he had brought up the fact before that, like, for him, it's very, like, his parents fought all the time. I feel like Miguel's a softie.
He's a softie, and whenever Kayla was crying, you could tell, like, he was tearing up as well.
Yeah. I think, honestly, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I like Leah and Miguel too. But I do think that, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I think that, so Cassie's going to come in. I think that Miguel's going to go to Cassie, and I think that Rob and Leah are going to get back together.
That would be amazing. I want Rob and Leah back together, and I know that's toxic of me, but I don't give a fuck. Rob is over Daniela's shit. Rob is so over Daniela. Like, Rob doesn't want to be with Daniela. I think that if Miguel had not picked Leah first, then Rob would have picked Leah.
I think that Rob is really sexy. I'm sorry. I have to admit it. I have to admit it. I didn't realize he was, like, sexy like that until this past episode. I was like, okay, he is sexy.
He is good looking, but when I see those TikToks of him, like...
Oh, yeah, no. He's cringy, but I just feel like Kim and Leah, like... you know what's funny? Side note. Andrea's, like, on fucking TikTok Live, and I'm like,
Let me tell you something. If you were not on Love Island for longer than a week, do not do a press tour after you have left. We do not give a fuck about you. Andrea, Kane, Catherine.
No, Catherine I fuck with. Okay, I like her now.
It's like, to me, it's like you weren't there long enough. Now, if Liv wants to literally go on a press tour and do every fucking podcast out there, I will listen. But everybody else, like, y'all were there for 0.5 seconds. Like, please.
Yeah, and I think that Andrea thinks that maybe Rob might come back to her, and I'm like,
oh my gosh, Andrea, baby girl, move on.
Like in Love Island, it's been years.
Yeah,
like he's had like 5 couples.
Yeah, like. He's moved on, and so should you.
So Kane, obviously. So, okay, this last episode that we saw before the one from last night, Kane was with Sierra. Harrison, the new bombshell.
Side note, Sierra is literally the cutest.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
I'm obsessed with her. Like, the way she laughs, the way she talks. I'm like, you're so cute.
I know. She gives me a Brad Stahl vibe.
She's fucking beautiful. I love her energy. She's talked about how she's, like, into meditation and stuff like that, which is, like, stuff that I'm into, too. And, like, I just really like her. And her and Harrison... Hot. They give someone send it to me. I need to like
he gives me millionaire vibes, and she gives me baddie vibes.
Okay, what? Someone send it to me. Thor and
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
they're the same.
Yes, I knew it.
Like that. We'll show you guys on the video. I'll send this to Kathy, but he's very attractive.
Oh my god,
he's gorgeous.
Yes, and he's huge.
Huge?
Yeah, like tall as fuck. Like, he's taller than Kenny, and Kenny's tall.
How tall is Kenny?
Like 6'1".
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Dude, Kenny's Puerto Rican.
I know. Kenny and Janae.
I know.
I
love her vibe. Like, she literally, like, popped on the screen. She's like, I'm getting married.
Janae has been my number one girl from the very beginning, okay? Yeah. Like, I felt like I have loved Janae so much. And just, like, the way that she talks and, like, the way that she just is, I just love her vibe. And some people don't fuck with her, and I'm like... I love Janae.
Yeah, no. I feel like the only girl I don't really, really fuck with is, like the one that I still like, but, like, I don't fuck with her that hard is Kaylor. Like, I do love her, but, like, she could go, and I wouldn't be that sad.
For me, it's Daniela.
Oh, I forgot about her. Yeah.
Well, she's forgettable. Unfortunately, the couple just doesn't stand out. Not because she's not beautiful, because she's absolutely gorgeous.
She's also Puerto Rican.
She's also Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
She's beautiful. All the girls are beautiful.
Yeah.
All the girls are fucking beautiful. But my girl Janae has my heart. I just love her so much.
I think Nicole is just a dime, and I just want her to get the fuck away from Kendall. I
like them together.
I hate Kendall. I know
you do.
I think he's so annoying. He's so crusty, and he's such a little gossiper. Like,
I know.
I hate him.
I love Nicole,
I hate Kendall. Oh my god. He's like up there with Aaron with me, because like the way he moved at Casa was so messy. Like, he was trying to like drive a wedge, even though the guys were like fucking doing their own thing too. Like, I get it. Like, they're to blame. The fact that Kendall was like talking about Serena, like the way I would light him on fire.
Yeah. I am happy to see Sordell back, though.
Sordell.
I know. It took a little bit of time, and I felt like Kaylor should have done that. Like, Kaylor folded like this, like, as soon as he walked in.
Yeah. When they were at movie night, whenever he had said that they didn't shower together, and then they showed the scene where they were like in the shower, and then they lingered a little too long, and then Kaylor watched Aaron gaslight. We all watched Kaylor get gaslighted, like, on TV. Like, just Aaron is so annoying, and I feel like Aaron wants to fuck Rob. I'm sorry, I said it.
They're weird.
They're weird. They share a toothbrush.
Okay, to me, that's kind of weird, but okay. To me, I loved when Serena was like, you're giving more energy to Rob than you're doing to Kaylor. Like, I love that she called him out. I love that the girls have called the guys out. I do think, though, that they should have held Aaron a little bit more responsible. Like, it's like everybody folded to Aaron, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. I think, back to Kane. I never got to the point. But Kane left. He was dumped from the island, whatever, and he literally yapped the second he got home. He was, like, not even on the flight yet. He was, like, already on his live, and he said a few things. So Kane was on his live and was saying that Nicole and Kendall are, like, the relationship is fake, that he doesn't think Leah and Miguel are going to last, or Leah and Miguel are going to last past the villa. He thinks Janae and Kenny are going to win, and apparently he was supposed to, the producers told him to pick Liv, but he ended up picking Sierra just because he wanted to fuck around. Like, he never had a connection with anyone. I know.
The producers told him to pick Liv?
Yeah.
Aww.
And he didn't. So
do you think that's why he got dumped from the island? They're like, you fuck with us, we fucks with you.
Dude, 100%, because everybody else got 30 minutes. They literally...
They're like, oh, you didn't listen?
Yeah. Harrison picked Sierra. Kane stood up, or whatever, got a text message, and it was like, you're done from the island, you have 5 minutes. If it had been Kendall or Rob, that would have never happened.
Yeah. That's crazy. They're like, but I'm happy for Sierra. I love her so much.
I think she's adorable.
She's so adorable. The way she laughs, like,
Harrison...
I hope he doesn't do her wrong, though.
He does give me doing her wrong vibes.
I know. It makes me sad.
She's really, really pretty, though.
She's so pretty. I think she's so beautiful.
And I'm not gonna lie, why the fuck are they bringing in a bombshell 1 week before the show ends? Like, I'm sorry, I watched season 5. I know this is an unpopular opinion because everybody loved her. I don't like Cassie, and I don't want to see her on my screen. I'm sorry.
Well, I just think that, like, it's already so far gone. Like,
who this
is my first season watching Love Island, and it's like, why are we, like, the couples are already set.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah, I feel like they should have brought, if anything, they should have brought her right after Costa. That would have been a change. Yeah. But they already had so many people, so I don't know. Yeah. But, I mean, it is time for us to go watch the new episode.
We do. Okay, guys, we will update you. It was so nice.
Oh my God, episode 10!
This is our 10th episode.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We love y'all so much and hope all the Houston baddies are staying safe. On TikTok, it's Morning Chisme Podcast, and on Instagram, it's Morning Chisme Pod, and on YouTube, it's Morning Chisme. Love you guys. Bye.